What's up, guys? I'm here with my client Jack, and he's going to describe to us his experience working with me. So Jack, welcome to my show.
Thank you for having me.
So Jack, why did you decide to start personal training?
I decided to start personal training because I wasn't happy or overly comfortable with the way that I looked. I'd put on a fair bit of weight, and I wanted to get rid of that, and I thought having a personal trainer to shift that weight off of me and actually improve my physique would be a good opportunity to get a personal trainer, basically.
Awesome. How was your experience working so far with me over the past few months?
Very enjoyable. You've been quite grueling at times, but it's been a very positive experience. It's been really enjoyable. I've loved every single minute of it, and I would definitely do it like as much as I could with you if I can.
What did you like the most, and what did you hate the most?
I liked the variety of exercises. You always kept the dynamic of each work session different. Different exercises, obviously, on a weekly basis. The thing that I liked least was there were a few exercises that I struggled with, and mainly some of those bicep exercises.
Yeah. You're actually one of the first person who doesn't complain to me about legs. Usually,
I love it.
Usually most people, they complain to me about the crazy leg drop set that we do, or maybe they hate it, or the working lunches.
My favourite exercise by far is the leg drop set one we do. Yeah.
The only person that says it's really crazy.
My least favourite is just the bicep
Anything
curls.
that has to do with biceps.
I just don't like those exercises.
Which one do you think is the body part that you made the most improvements during your journey with me?
I think actually it's a bit of a combination of shoulders, my chest, and my arms. Although I say I don't enjoy the bicep workouts, there have been significant changes there as well with my shoulders. I've got a lot broader, and my chest is a lot more defined as well.
Awesome. So Jack, what was your biggest frustration during this journey? Was it, the biggest and the hardest thing that you faced so far? It's not just the training, it's also the diet. So
it was the diet. We started on a bulk diet where I was eating about 4,000 calories a day.
3,500
yeah,
to 4,000.
it was a lot of gorging on a lot of foods, and we did that for a couple of months, and then we did the complete opposite, and we went on to the lean diet. Yeah. And going from one extreme to the other was quite grueling a little bit, and there was some foods in there. Brown rice, you got me to eat that a couple of times. Very plain, very boring. That was the most difficult part of the program as a whole, some of the diets.
You know very well that basically when it comes to cutting diets, there are two ways to do it. Either to go into the extreme, which in our case we wanted to go to the extreme. Do you remember when I asked you, okay, do you want to do it slow, or do you want to go as fast as we can, get the faster results as possible, just for you to get the confidence that this is working?
Yeah.
And then basically you told me, okay, let's do this as fast as we can. So that's why the food was super strict. But usually what I do is we are doing the diet very flexible. So I don't remember at some point, for example, I had to forgive desserts during a cutting diet plan, so this made the diet more enjoyable. But when it comes to very aggressive results, it's all about following a very strictly macron-based, low calories diet. So yeah, definitely, I think that was your biggest frustration during the journey, because I remember some days you are coming angry to the sessions.
I was a bit frustrated. I would wake up hungry, I would be hungry throughout the day, and I would go to bed hungry, and then we'd work out the next day, and I was a bit frustrated that I couldn't just eat what I wanted, I couldn't drink what I wanted. There was a lot of restrictions. I mean, overall it was great to see those results from what it does, but I think at the very beginning my mindset was opposed to having these restrictions in place on your diet, and I didn't realize how much the diet impacted the physique as well, like how obviously much it can change.
So before meeting with me, you wasn't following any diet, right?
No, I was drinking every day. I was having a lot of junk food. I wasn't not calorie counting, but I wasn't following good recipes. I was just eating anything and everything.
But you were training though, yeah?
I was. It was very, very loose. There was no sort of set program, no set days. I would just go when I was a bit bored, and there was no, I would go and do a bit of cardio and a bit of weights. So I didn't have anything set in stone. I didn't know what to focus on either, which doesn't help with, you never see any results that way.
And that's how a personal trainer comes. And basically, I don't know, I think the main benefit of having a personal trainer is because you have these appointments that you are meeting me, and you know that you cannot lose it, so you are always on track. We have this accountability, especially with the mobile application, that we know exactly what we do on each session, and at the same time you follow a structured diet and a training plan. I think one of the things that you realized is how important the diet is when you are doing a training program. Because if you remember at the beginning when we started this bulking diet to gain as much muscle mass as possible before doing any cutting, you gained 6 kilos. How much weight did you gain?
I went from 78 kilos up to just under 85. Wow. So yeah, and that was all through the bulking diet. Yeah,
and I'm sure, of course, you gained some fat during that phase. It was very enjoyable with the diet and all these things. But I'm sure you also gained a lot of muscle and a lot of strength. If you remember, one of the exercises that you did the biggest improvement was the pull downs. Do you remember exactly how was the experience with that with you?
We started at a very low weight, and I had no strength in my back at all, and throughout this bulking diet as well, my strength on that improved quite significantly. It sort of tripled, if not, like we went from one of the most minimum weights to quite significantly higher. I
think the biggest improvement that you made so far, because I always observe everything at what you are doing, the biggest improvement that you made was your back, because you started very weak. Honestly, I will never forget, you started very weak. At some point we are progressing very fast in terms of weight and strength, and at some point, I don't know, you reached plateau, and we went back again to light weights.
It's very weak,
and then I don't know what happened. Maybe we did some changes in your diet and you started following more strictly the diet, and from there you started going progressively very, very, very heavy, and we managed to do pull downs more than your weight actually. I checked from the app, the final weight that we did was 43.5, but this is double, so it's 87 kilos, which is now a bit more than your weight. So I think that's the biggest improvement that you made in terms of strength, and also physique wise, you got bigger on your upper body, and I think that's because you worked really hard during the back exercises. So Jack, what did you like most about working with me? In terms of experience?
Well, I suppose I've never had a personal trainer at all prior to this, so it was a very eye-opening experience for me to see the way that you, because again, obviously there's this idea that I'm just training with you, but it's so much more than that. You give me advice on what I should do at the gym when I go without you. You give me advice on the diet, the structure of like my workouts on the day that I see you as well. And it's enjoyable because although there's a lot of hard work there, you start to see results in certain areas relatively quickly. If you stick to what Xenios says and the way that he's telling you and structuring it, you see results in quite a significant time period. And to see those results and see that you're actually making progress rather than just going to the gym, nothing seems to really change, that was really enjoyable for me to see that I was progressing and that you were excited by that as well, to see that I was getting better and you got excited by that. That was quite enjoyable.
Yeah, this is what makes me happy at the end of the day. The whole goal that we are doing this is for you to see the best results as possible, because you know, if my client doesn't see the results that I want to see, that means we are doing something wrong. We need to do the adjustments, and at the end of the day, seeing you progressively and being happy that you are getting stronger, it motivates you more to continue doing this thing with fitness. And at the same time, it also makes me happy as a trainer that my things, work.
Yeah.
So that's it. Awesome. Thank you so much, man, for everything.
Cheers, buddy.
This is Jack. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon.
Thanks.